Guys, welcome to my channel. Today, we will check itong Toyota Veloz, which was recently launched by Toyota Motor Philippines. In other countries, it was positioned as the highest variant of the Avanza. But in the Philippines, it was actually launched as a brand new model distinct from the Avanza. By the way, meron siyang dalawang variant. Itong ating titingnan, itong G variant. It costs about 1,185,000 and 1,200,000 kung white. Mag-a-add ka ng 15,000. There's another variant, yung V variant, na mas mahal ng about 40,000 pesos. Okay, let's start with the exterior. Ang una mong mapapansin dito, yung kanyang malaking grille na may honeycomb design. Okay, let's check the side profile. Ang una kong napansin dito, yung bandang harap, may pagka-boxy yung design. Tapos sa likod, parang medyo rounded. So, parang pinag-combine niya yung boxy feature saka yung rounded design. So, para to me, parang hindi siya ganun kaganda. But habang tumatagal, na-appreciate mo naman siya. Actually, meron siyang strong SUV styling cues. Gaya ng meron siyang plus type na roof rails. Tapos, meron siyang over fenders. Medyo confused din ako sa positioning nito kasi ang sabi nila, it's an SUV. Yung iba naman, they call it an MPV. Pero I think, per Toyota, they're calling it an SUV. If you look at sa headlights niya, naka-LED na siya. Ang design ng headlight niya, magkaiba kaysa Avanza. Mas malaki ang headlight nito than the Avanza. Let's take a look naman dito sa lower portion. Yung front fog lamps niya was given more prominence because yung kanyang accent na chrome, yan yung parang naka-accent na yan. Na-highlight ngayon yung kanyang fog lamps. And of course, nag-complement siya dito sa design ng kanyang bumper na it's more aggressive design. One thing I noticed also, yung kanyang side mirrors meron ng repeaters at saka meron siyang 360-degree camera nakalagay doon sa side mirror. And then meron na rin siyang itong side skirts. By the way, yung kanya nga palang gulong is 17-inch alloy wheels na may 205/50/17 na tires. Which is bagay sa kanya kasi yung size niya tamang-tama lang doon sa proportion ng body. The design of the Max is simple but elegant. You can see na rear disc brake din siya. Then what I like here, yung kanyang roof rail naka-flush dun sa roof, which is common sa mga SUV. And then meron din siya nung silver accent doon sa door, which make it more formal. Dito naman sa bandang likod, medyo may pagkapabilog ng kaunti. It reminds me of Honda CR-V, yung lumang model. Dito naman sa likod, meron siyang full width na LED taillights, giving it parang unique aesthetic, especially at night. What I like here is wala siyang mga chrome dito sa likod, and then body colored yung bumper with parang silver accent naman. Yun lang, parang it's too busy yung likod, parang marami siyang shape na naglaban-laban, parang walang masyadong harmony sa design. Okay, tingnan naman natin yung interior. What is clear is parang katulad din siya ng Avanza yung interior. But it has a different look. Kasi two-tone yung treatment niya. Meron siyang soft padded na insert doon sa dashboard na meron pang Veloz na emblem. At ang maganda rito, meron siyang ambient lighting. Of course, it's automatic. And then meron na rin siyang typical features, yung electronic parking brake at saka yung auto hold function. At ang isa sa mga unique features nitong Veloz, which I really like, is yung kanyang wireless charger sa cellphone. Ito siya. So, pwede ka mag-charge dito. Ito sa standard touchscreen infotainment system na Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Bali, 8-inch doon sa 1.5G model and 9-inch doon sa 1.5V model. If you look at the center console, maganda siya. Tapos yung interior niya, two-tone. It's a combination of black at saka beige color. Na yung seats niya is actually yung suede at saka leather, no? And then you can see all yung mga white stitches dun sa mga seats. Yung kanyang steering wheel is leather wrap na rin. Maganda naman yung design ng steering wheel. Ang maganda dito is electronic power steering siya. So, malambot siyang i-drive. Let's take a look naman dito sa bandang itaas. Ang headliner niya is light in color, but wala siyang vanity mirror dito sa driver side. Dito naman sa passenger side, meron siyang vanity mirror. And then you have here the LED lights sa harapan. And of course, push start na rin siya. Then ang color scheme dito sa interior is yung white and black, which makes it brighter, no? And then yung kanyang dashboard is also white. Medyo plastic siya. And dito meron yung soft touch area dito sa bandang ito. And of course, yung doors din may white insert. And then meron siyang ambient lighting dito sa doors. Kaya maganda ito. Meron siyang ambient lighting. Maganda rin yung pagkakadesign ng door handle dito sa loob. Itong area na ito is soft touch naman. Itong unique feature nito, meron ditong parang lalagyan na ito. Pwede siyang drink holder. Pwede rin lagay ng cellphone. Actually, dito sa kanan, meron pa siyang isa pa na yan, drink holder din. And then, yung mga buttons dito sa mga windows, power windows, saka pag-adjust ng side mirror, saka yung door lock mechanism, nandun sa may door, no? And then, yung kanyang manibela, tilt and telescopic din. Yung seats niya, 6-way manual adjust yung sa driver seat. And then 4-way naman, manual adjust din lang yung sa front passenger seat. And then dito naman sa center console sa passenger side, meron ditong USB port. Which is a good design kasi yung passenger mo can use this feature, no, without interfering dun sa'yo kung ikaw yung driver. The overall design dito sa front area is maganda naman siya, no? Meron din siyang 7-inch LCD with digital speedometer, meron pa ding economy meter. And of course, marami siyang cup holders. Dito sa side door pocket, meron din siyang cup holders. Doon sa rear, meron din. I think it's more than 8. Ang dami niya. Of course, ano pa ba yung mga features nito? Mayroon siyang power windows, yung power door locks with the speed sensing function, and of course, yung automatic climate control with rear control and vents. Meron din siyang mga unique features na magaganda. For example, itong kanyang second row seat, nag-i-slide siya, malayo yung movement, no? So, pwedeng may adjust mo talaga yung seats mo. And then, dito sa itaas, meron kang parang vents dito sa aircon na may parang diffuser. So, pagka ayaw mo yung hangin tumama sa iyo, pwede mong i-diffuse pa ganyan. Which is actually a nice feature kasi, di ba, minsan ayaw mo na nakatutok sa iyo yung aircon kasi masyadong malamig. And then, nandito yung switch ng aircon dito sa likod. And then, yung switch ng ilaw. Ang isa pang maganda rito, merong lagayan ka ng cellphone dito. Dito naman, pwede mong ilagay yung iPad. Dito sa passenger seat, ganun din. No? Which is a really nice feature. And then, maganda rito, meron ka pang 2 additional USB ports dito sa likod ng center console. So, hindi na maghihiraman yung mga pasahero mo sa likod. And then, meron siyang cup holder dito sa door. Pagdating naman dito, wala siyang cup holder. Hindi siya 60-40, kaya pag binaba mo to, pwede kang maglagay ng mahahaba na gamit. So pagka ganon, hindi sacrifice yung seating capacity mo. And then dito, may additional siyang cup holder. Kaya hindi mo na kailangan dito sa area na to. Ang isa pang unique feature nito, na ipa-flat mo yung second row seat. Kaya pwede kayong long sofa mode. Yung pag nakasakay ka dun sa third row, may stretch mo yung paa mo. Yan parang ganito. Ang maganda rito, pwede mo nang i-fold flat yung third row seat for additional space. This was made possible kasi wala nang rear differential, front wheel drive na So meron ka nang space dun sa baba, may pa-flat mo na yung upuan. Kahit na naitaas mo na itong third row seat, meron ka ding additional space pa na pwedeng paglagyan ng mga luggage. Dito sa third row, may nakita akong 12-volt socket. Tapos yung space dito sa likod, okay din naman yung legroom kasi move forward yung second row. So, malaki yung pwede mo maging legroom. And then, dito sa likod, yan, meron din ditong ilaw. At dito, pag tinanggal mo itong takip na to, dito yung lalagyan ng mga tools, saka pwede mong lalagyan ng mga gamit. So, pag naitakip mo, maganda. Dito naman yung pag tinanggal mo to, dito mo ilalagay yung iyong wrench para maibaba mo yung spare tire. Pasukin nga natin itong third row seat kung okay. Actually, as I said, maganda yung legroom dito. Saka maganda rin yung seat position. Hindi siya nakakapagod kasi medyo mataas yung seats eh. Hindi katulad ng iba na mababa. And then, yan, may malaki yung space dito sa likod. Yung tuhod mo, may space pa. Then, ito yung itsura naman niya pag nandito ka sa third row, no? Yan, medyo maaliwala siyang tingnan. Balikan ko ulit ito, napansin ko rin dito kanina, yung 12 volts socket dito sa third row, which is very useful kung meron kang mga gadgets na ginagamit while dito sa likod ka nakaupo. And of course, yung ingress-egress dito sa likod is adequate. Maluwag naman. Okay, check naman natin yung engine. Ang engine niya is actually 1.5 liters with an output of about 106 PS at 6,000 RPM. Tapos yung maximum torque niya is 138 Newton meters at 4,200 RPM. Ang fuel niya is gasoline, electronic fuel injection, and then with 43 liters na tank capacity. By the way, Euro 4 emission din ito. And ang transmission nga pala niya is CVT. Ang negative lang sa akin dito, yung engine size niya is only 106 PS. And then with 7-seat na capacity, sa mga uphill climb, medyo mahihirapan ito. Pero kung city driving ka lang with 7 passengers on flat road, stop and go traffic, this is okay. Okay, let's summarize. Ang Veloz available in 2 variants, yung G at saka yung V variant. Yan yung presyo niya, 1.185 at saka yung 1.225. So you add 15,000 kung gusto nyo is white. So ang difference lang talaga from G to V is actually 40,000 pesos. So yung 40,000 pesos, meron kang yung Toyota Safety Sense, meron kang blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, forward collision warning, auto high beam assist, saka yung lane departure warning. Plus 9-inch yung audio display niya at saka meron siyang 360 degrees camera. Yun ang difference ng V sa G. As I said earlier, Toyota will position the Veloz as a separate model from the Avanza. So I think Toyota is positioning it as a compact 7-seater SUV. So sa tingin ko maapektuhan yung benta ng Toyota Rush kasi yung Rush kasi yun ang kanilang pinuposition as 7-seater compact SUV, di ba? At saka yung Rush rear-wheel drive yun eh. I think yung Veloz now will directly compete with Mitsubishi Xpander Cross, yung Honda BR-V, saka yung Suzuki XL7. Lahat sila front-wheel drive. So compare natin yung features saka pricing nila. If you look at the pricing with its competitors, yung Toyota Veloz is the most expensive, followed by the Xpander and the Honda BR-V, and the cheapest is the XL7 of Suzuki. So compare mo sa price nung BR-V saka Xpander, it's less than 100,000. Dito sa Suzuki, medyo 100,000 plus lang. Pero you'll see na very close yung pricing niya. So kung bibili kayo ng ganitong segment, ito yung pagpipilian nyo. So talagang dikit yung mga pricing nila. Okay, check naman natin yung power saka yung torque. If we look at the power rating, you'll notice na ang BR-V siya ang may pinakamalakas. Kasi 120 PS tapos 145 Newton meters. Ang magkalapit yung Veloz saka yung Xpander, almost the same yung PS nila. But in terms of features, mas lamang naman yung Veloz at saka yung Xpander than the BR-V at saka itong sa Suzuki XL7. So kung bibili kayo in this segment, you have two choices, yung expander saka itong Veloz. Yun lang, yung Veloz lang masyadong mababa. It's only 190mm ground clearance as against yung expander na 225mm. Itong Veloz, medyo unique yung design. It's being marketed as an SUV, but ang ground clearance niya is only 190mm. Yung ground clearance niya, 190mm. So, parang malapit na siya sedan. In a way, parang pinalaki siya na sedan. Yung ibang buyers, nahihirapang mag-decide whether to buy the Rush or itong Veloz. Kasi, magkaiba naman ang characteristics nila. So, ito kasing Veloz is front-wheel drive tapos monocoque. Yung Rush naman is rear-wheel drive tapos ladder frame. So, kung ang gamit mo is more on the heavy-duty side, mas maganda yung Rush. Pero, yung ride quality niya, hindi kasing smooth nung sa Veloz. Kasi ito namang Veloz, kung city driving ka lang, mas maganda yung ride nito. Pero, pagdating sa mga ahunan, medyo mahirapan ito kung 7-seater kasi front-wheel drive siya. In conclusion, this Veloz is a good consideration kasi marami siyang mga hidden features. So, it's quite practical to use because it can sit 7 people comfortably. Ang negative lang sa akin dito, yung engine size, parang inadequate siya. And plus the fact na naka-CVT pa siya. So, parang sa akin, parang mas mahina ang hatak nito. Considering na ang laki ng body niya. But all of that can be offset by unique styling, practical features, at saka yung interior spaciousness. Again, wala naman perfect car. Hindi lahat ng features makukuha mo. So, it's up to you to really evaluate. But generally, for me, it's a good package because you're backed up by Toyota's reliability. Okay, hanggang dito na lang. I hope I have given you some insights about the Toyota Veloz. Alright, if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you again in my next vlog. Bye!